How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today I want to show you where to get this ANK MK38. I'll just call it the ANK from now on, and the upgrade locations as well of 2 engines, 2 gearboxes, and the raised suspension. So I'm going to start. It's on Pedro Bay, and I'm starting like right from the entrance as you get onto Pedro Bay. So from there, it's pretty much straight ahead as you look, not as you drive. And it's in this sort of top corner, in this little bold patch in the tree. It's pretty damn easy to see. Once you get there, you ain't going to miss it. So that's basically like direct route as the crow flies. For some of you that might be enough if you've already got some of this map unlocked and whatnot. But for those of you that have never been on this map and you're not really planning on it yet, you might just want to grab the AK and bugger off back to Smithville or whatever. So basically you're going to come this way straight ahead, go over this lake, or you sort of have to go around that snowy patch. You could go this way, but when you first start the map there's like a blockage there and you can't get past, so instead it's best to go around this way. I was originally going to do the footage like the normal main roadway, but to be honest I thought I may as well do it this way, because if you've got the blockage cleared you've probably got the ANK anyway, and if you haven't it's pretty easy to get. Whereas for a lot of you, if you are here the first time, you are going to have to go around this way. So it's not too bad, it's not some crazy mad path, it's just like I say, you can't get through on the main road right at the start. And once you get a little further down the road, you want to turn right and go through this little sort of drilling area. Go past, there's a fuel tanker thing there, because there's not, I don't know if there's any petrol stations on here, there's just a load of tankers everywhere. And once you pass the drilling place, it's like it's one road, just so you can't really miss it. And yeah, it's just sat there in the middle, just off the road. Like I said, there's no trees or anything there, so it's pretty damn easy to spot. And like I say, once you pass there, there's only one road, so you can't really mess it up after that. So yeah, it was one last quick overview of the route, and then we'll get heading there. But at the minute I've got the Tiger, I can't remember the numbers for it, but it's pretty good to be honest. I've not used it a hell of a lot, but even when I did use it for the seismic things, I was in stock everything for a while, and it still did pretty well even in the Russian maps. So anyway, I'm going to skip a few bits just to speed this up. So I've gone basically straight forward. Here you turn left, try and stick to the left of there, because on the right it gets really deep and boggy, and it won't necessarily make you stuck, but it slows you down a hell of a lot. So yeah, I've turned off the road. I'm now turning like obviously on this little path I set. Again, I'm going to cut ahead a little bit. The worst bit is this, and I stick it in high range and it flies across. Obviously different trucks may vary, but I reckon you could get this ANK with a pretty much stock CK1500, like any of the scouts will get here. It's not a crazy mad route. It might be a little slow in places because of the snow, but it isn't honestly that bad. So now I'm popping out back on the main road, so I obviously basically have to go the long way for if that blockage was still there. So yeah, just nip round there, and whichever way you came now, if you're on the main road, we're back on the same path again. So you get down to this bit, turn right up here to like the little drilling area. And I'll cut it out, but it's force of habit every time I pass like a big fuel tanker, especially on a map like this where it's hard to get, I just fill her up. But yeah, once you pass there, go around this corner, and like I say, you're on one road now, so you can't really go wrong. So I'll skip ahead a little bit. You'll know you're on the right path when you sort of follow in that oil pipeline for a second, and then there's a bit of a sharp turn here. Accidentally stuck it in reverse. And then yeah, you drive up here, and like I say, you can't miss it. Obviously I've restaged it again, but I've parked it exactly where it is when you find it. And there she is. To be honest, it's funny that you find it on this map, because I don't actually think it likes snow that much, but mud and everything else it is really good for. And it's not crap in snow. Along snowy roads like that where you can see the tyre tracks, it flies along, but it's just off the road sort of deep snow it really isn't keen on. So I won't do any gameplay at the minute, because I may as well save that for the review and that. I've recovered to the garage, because I'm on Pedro Bay and there's no garage, it made me go to White Valley. So yeah, now that's the location at ANK. We'll get stuck in with the upgrades. I'll just go down the list. So the first one, forget the middle engine for a sec, I will get to it, but it's on Drummond Island. The main engine you want anyway is this better engine, and it's on White Valley. there's the garage to White Valley, and the upgrade itself is just over here, and it's like sort of on the edge of the lake. Again, all of these, there's like an abandoned car there. It's pretty much level with the service station, and again, you can see that's a pretty damn easy one. But yeah, there's an abandoned car there, like, so it's always pretty easy to find. So the next one is the 2 gearboxes. I'll do the higher range one first, which is on Mountain River, and there's no garage here at Mountain River, so I'm just going to show you from the entrance from Northport. And as soon as you come into Mountain River, there's this like one main nice easy road, and you've got a petrol station here, so you want to go down the road that's opposite the petrol station, and obviously you can see that pipeline. You're best off really, you want to turn off before you get to the pipe, follow this little road, and then cut along here, and it's there right next to the pipe, so again you can't miss it as an abandoned car. It's another pretty easy one to find. And then the next upgrade is obviously the off-road version of the gearbox, which is on Drummond Island. So as you can see from here, it's sort of starting the camera in the middle. You can see in the top left is the entrance from Smithville, and down here, pretty near to this watchtower, it's on the beach there, and as you can see, it's just north from this entrance to Island Lake. So that's another pretty easy one to find, especially because it's so close to the watchtower. So you're going to have to go on a bit of a wiggly route to get over here. It might be worth, if you can, cutting through Island Lake and just popping out the bottom. But there is also, I'll show you quickly, the second engine, which isn't as good, but you could probably get it and sell it for 10 or 15 grand, so it's probably worth grabbing. It's nearer to the Smithville Dam entrance. You can see this like muddy path across the river, so when you come in from Smithville Dam, just follow this little road around, it dips down and back up here. And once you're here, you're best off really just turning into like this little driveway to this house, and when you get here, if you cut down here, it's just a nice, smooth, easy path. You're not going to risk rolling it, and the car's just sat there, so again, another easy upgrade to find. And then the last one is this raised suspension, which is back on Pedro Bay, where we actually originally get the ANK from. So that's the entrance to Pedro Bay, that's where we just got the ANK from. This upgrade is more down over on the bottom right, and again it's right next to a watchtower, so to be honest, you're best off just coming for the watchtower, and the upgrade itself is about here, so like you can't miss it. You near enough be touching that and the watchtower if you've got a long enough truck. So yeah, like I say, that's the last one. That's the raised suspension, which then allows you obviously to get bigger tyres and all the rest of it. So yeah, that's about it for today. There was just one thing quickly that I noticed while I was loading Pedro Bay up. The actual picture for Pedro Bay, I believe that's an ANK38, but it's got the fuel trailer on the back, which I just thought was sort of funny, because you can't have like any attachment, it just stays with the flatbed, so they must have removed it at some point. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope that helps. I hope it gets you the ANK. It's a pretty good truck, worth getting. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. I'll do the review and gameplay.